Hi, thanks for coming to my channel. If you're here for the first time, welcome. Thank you for coming and checking out my video. And if you've been before, welcome back. Thanks for continuing to check out my content. Hopefully you're enjoying it. If you are, please make sure you like and share. And if you haven't already, subscribe. There's going to be a lot more coming. We're ramping up to the beginning of the season now. Just had the Community Shield. The transfer activity is starting to explode a little bit. So there's definitely going to be a lot more to talk about in the coming weeks. Today, I'm going to talk about Arsenal's links to Bernardo Silva. So let's get into it. So I've done a few videos now on the attacking midfield players that we're being linked with. You know, it's a very, very important piece of the puzzle for us. We need to get it right. We need to get someone else in. Emile Smith-Rowe is a fabulous player, fantastic player, and it shows in our statistics in terms of our goal threat when he came into the team. As well as when Odegaard came into the team. You know, without a 10, we were scoring 0.85 goals a game, less than a goal a game. When we had those two players in, we were scoring 1.79 goals per game, so almost 2 goals a game. So, you know, that makes a huge difference. I've been vocal about Bernardo Silva on my social media, especially on Twitter, which you can find me at sensible_gunner. So I'm very active on there. Come join me, come and follow and get involved in the conversation and involved in the debate. So I've been very vocal about Bernardo Silva. I don't think he's the right player for Arsenal, personally. I'll explain. He is definitely someone to be interested in. First of all, there's no doubting the quality of Bernardo Silva. He is a magnificent player. Technically, he is a dream to watch. He is a goal threat. I'm not sure that he's so much of a kind of creative threat. I don't really see him as a player that's gonna slide balls into people and that kind of thing. He's more of a dribbler. He's more of a player that's going to pick up the ball, is going to come at you, is going to commit you, you know, draw fouls, draw penalties, score goals, which is not a bad thing. Of course, it's not a bad thing. Here's why I feel like we should look elsewhere. If you look at Bernardo Silva's heat maps over his career, he hasn't really played as a 10 popping up in zone 14. I mean, he hasn't. And that's what we need. We need somebody who is going to be the tip of the triangle in a midfield 3, who is going to basically be able to get into the space between their midfield and their defense, but then who's also going to be able to drift into those half spaces. One thing I said on one of my previous videos, you can click here for that video, was that when Smith-Rowe and when Odegaard came into the team, the number of goals created through zone 14 doubled. So it's important we have someone who can play in that space to occupy someone and then drift and pull them out of the way to allow through more kind of through balls into the strikers and into those players that are making those runs in behind. To me, Silva isn't that. People have spoken about Bernardo Silva's drifting to the right-hand side and saying that that could impede Pepe and Saka. I'm not sure that I agree with that. Where it could impede them is Bernardo Silva's sort of desire to come in onto that left foot while attacking the back line. And that could take away from Pepe and from Saka for sure. And this is why I favored Odegaard, because Odegaard drifted over to that side, but dropped off a little bit more, did more of his work outside of the box. He didn't impede Saka, and he didn't impede Pepe. In fact, when Odegaard came into the team, he actually created more scoring opportunities, more kind of attempts on goal than Smith Rowe did, and also more than Saka did. So he does this drift off to the right, but drop out into midfield a little bit more. Whereas I feel like Bernardo Silva doesn't play that way. Another reason why I feel Odegaard would be a better choice than Silva. I also feel like Silva is a tremendous player as an attacking central midfielder. And I think that's confusing because he is a tremendous attacking central midfielder in a midfield three, where he can play as the right-sided attacking midfielder, where the triangle is on its head. The point is downwards. A 6 with him playing as a 10/8 is his bread and butter. I think he's a fabulous player there. He's also spent a lot of his time playing on the right of a front three, and we've got players in abundance in that position. We don't play with a 4-3-3, and so I can't really see how he fits in. As I said, we need a 10. We need somebody that's going to pick up spaces in that zone 14 area, someone who's going to be able to kind of occupy a holding midfielder from the other team and kind of drag them out of the way when they drift into the half spaces. I just don't see Bernardo Silva in that position. Would he be a great addition to the team? I mean, absolutely. He's a tremendous player. And if Arteta could maybe get him playing as a 10, I think, he has the potential to be, a real game changer. But for me, he hasn't played as a 10. It's a risk to spend that amount of money on a player who hasn't played where we need him to play. And so for me, Maddison or Odegaard are the more sensible options for our team. Of the two, I'm sticking with Odegaard. I think for the price, looking at probably getting Odegaard for between 40 and 45 million, you could then add Aouar, who can maybe cover for Smith Rowe on the left-hand side, and be able to kind of drift in field and occupy the half spaces for the same amount of money as you'd pay for Maddison. So for me, if we are going to be buying a 10, for me, it's Odegaard. If you agree, if you disagree, if you'd like to add some comments, please feel free. I try to get back to people on the comments. I won't argue with you. You've got your opinion, which is fine. I also have my opinion, which is fine. As long as we're able to kind of discuss, put forward our evidence, put forward our point of view. We don't have to agree. That's that, and that's fine. If you've enjoyed the video, please like, please share. And if you're not a subscriber already, please subscribe. As I say, there's going to be tons more coming as we approach the beginning of the season. Thanks for taking the time to watch my video. And as always, come on, you Gunners.